Greetings. Sorry to stop that abruptly, but I did. Say, look, it's not gonna be a long night. What I have to talk about tonight is pretty simple. And it's for to help you. So many times when I talk to people for the first time, the first thing they ask me is how did you start it or what did you do? What's the first couple steps? So tonight, in the effort to assist the people on the call that came in on time and early, I would like to just give you a couple steps you can take to get started in investing in real estate. Now, I'm Coach LaTerrence Williams. I pretty much try and get to the point because I have a very busy schedule. And I know your time is valuable just as well as I believe my time is valuable. So let's just get to it. For those who've ever been on the call before, welcome. I've been doing real estate investment for quite a while, pretty much since 2004. And because I met my goals, I want to help more people meet their goals. So, school teacher by trade, recently retired from the military active duty. Because I love teaching so much, I went back into ROTC. So I'm teaching JROTC at a local high school back in my community at home. Plan on doing that for a few years, and after I do that for a few years, I happen invest into the next future leaders of America. Then I'm going to go ahead and just do this business full time, coaching, mentoring, and helping people with financial success. I just hung up off of my team's calls with my class. I'm working on an MBA in finance and in marketing because I want my business to work well. So I believe over time, if you anchor yourself on a correct path, you will reach financial freedom. And if you reach financial freedom, you should go back and change the paradigm of the world and help other folks to do the same. And this is mean always forward. That was my first military unit saying that I was a part of the 156 Armor Battalion, meaning always forward. All right, so that's what that is. Let's get to it. Like I said, this is not going to be a hard one right here. If you have pen and paper available, you're welcome to pull it out. Take notes as you see fit. This is being live recorded on Facebook. Why Wait to Be Great, Invest Now and Grow Your Future. Why Wait to Be Great, Goal Overachiever is on their Facebook community, as well as YouTube Investing Now 2021. The 2021 came about during COVID-19. People kind of teed me off. I kind of cried about it. People spending money on PlayStation 4s and 5s and buying big screen TV with the stimulus money. I'm like, they could use that money to start investing in education to meet financial freedom so they can keep making that stimulus money over and over again by having a business. So I've been a part of several coaching programs, paid a lot of money for a lot of education. And in return, hey, you know what you do. You learn from them and you implement your own as you go forward with your plan. So a couple of coaching programs, all pretty similar. I'll be honest with you, all similar. They say something with a different twist, and they all have their way of doing things. My way of doing things is I want to help people with retirement strategies. So if you want to work forever, 30 years, then that's fine. I want you to work less than 10 years. 10 years for my hard-headed people like myself. You want to try it your way, even though I'm telling you what to do, it's going to take you 10 years. But if you do everything a coach say do, then it'll take you 3 years. So 3 to 5 years, you can retire from your job or keep working your job and have the money that replace your salary. My goal is to help people make enough money to replace their salary now. And if you can do that over and over again, your salary is a bonus, and your money you're making off of your investments is what matters. If that makes sense, give me a thumb up in the chats or something. Give me some kind of love for that one. All right. So when getting started, you want to build your team. And building your team, you got to have title companies or closing attorneys, right? Different states, different strokes for different folks. So some states have nothing but title companies. Some states have, you got to have attorney, period, right? They got closing attorneys. Some people have either or. I stay in, most of the states I work in is either or's, title companies or closing attorneys. You want to go ahead and research those people. You can look in the yellow pages. You can talk to other investors. You can talk to real estate agents. They'll help you find those title companies that you may want to work with. Investor-friendly real estate agents. All real estate agents are not created equally. Unfortunately, you have real estate agents out there saying, I want to deal with nothing but, you know, unintelligent buying individuals, right? Unintelligent buying individuals. Why I'm saying it's unintelligent buying individuals. When you buy your first house, you're not very intelligent. Yeah, you're trying to figure it out. You don't know what you're doing. So guess what? A real estate agent like working with those people because they feel like the real estate agent is a subject matter expert. They lean on that real estate agent and they willing to pay the real estate agent whatever fee that they get just so they can get the deal done. Most real estate agents do not like working with investors. They are pretty intelligent in what they're doing. They have done it a couple times. They know what they want. They're going to lowball. They're going to ask for the best deal. And they're going to say, hey, look, I know you're doing this for income. However, I'm doing this for income as well. So we both need to work together, right? So they don't too much care for working with people that's just as savvy as them or as savvy as them. Not saying all real estate agents like that. So investor-friendly real estate agents understand that you may be teaching them something, and they like working with you because they're learning from you as well. You may work with other wholesalers or investors. Other investors may be a private money lender, a person that want to invest into your business and help you with, help you grow your rental portfolio, but they make a return on their money. Some folks call them hard money lenders, but private money, high money lenders are different than a hard money lender. A hard money lender means they got a company, they got to satisfy their investors. A private money lender means, hey, I want to lend you money for your company, and it's just me. It's not all through all these different, you got to check this box, check that box. It just got to make sense to me, and I'll lend you my money. And I have done that a couple times, right? You have to put in your time, effort, work, mind. So bottom line is you got to study. You got to study and show that self-approve of, right? You got to put in time in the morning to see if that works for your market in your area. You may have to call at lunchtime, and you may have to call in the evening time when you start talking to different investors and talking to different people that possibly want to sell a house. You have to put in efforts, meaning that it ain't gonna come easy. Nah. You can't make 10 grand easily. You got to do something for 10 grand. And that's the average pretty much money you'll make on a wholesale, right? If depending on your market. Now, this depends on your market, but in most markets, you can make about 10 grand per wholesale. And that's what I like to teach folks. You always look into wholesale properties or put in a wholesale contract. And once you put a house on a wholesale contract, you got options. Either you can sell it to somebody else or you can keep it for yourself. That's exactly what I do. I put all my houses under contract for a wholesale price and a wholesale contract because guess what? If the deal sounds too good to give away, the deal sounds too good to give away, I'm keeping it for myself. If the deal sounds like something that, hey, you know what? This is too much work on this property. I have 3 other properties that I'm working on right now. I'd rather wholesale it than if somebody willing to pay me an extra 3 grand, 4 grand for this property that I got a contract for, I'll take it. Done, right? Because at the end of the day, I would have bought it at the price it is. So I say, you know what? I'll lose a little bit more money and sell a little bit, give it to someone else. That's how that works. Pretty cool, pretty easy. Next is the work part. Now, you already working a 9 to 5. Got it. You have that job. You love your job. You went to college for that job. It's an outstanding job. However, if you're on this call because you have some kind of interest in real estate. You have some kind of interest in being financially free. You have some kind of interest in having a residual income. You have some kind of interest in having mailbox money. You have some kind of interest in saying, I want to build a portfolio. I want to do fix and flips. I want to do something in real estate. That's why you're on this call, period. Right? So you have to work at both jobs. You got to find a way to time out your day, split your time to give your job, your 9 to 5, 100%, and also give yourself 100%. All right. You don't want to go slacking on the job because you want to quit or you want to be off the job. You want to give it 100% because when you hire people to work for you, you want them to give you 100%. So I don't ever advise anybody to feel like, hey, the job is not important. No, the job you working 9 to 5 is very important. You should still give it 100%. You just got to find time to split your time to give yourself 100% as well. That's it. And mind, right? Guys, this game is, you got a lot of crazy people out here that will mess with your mental. So you got to have a strengthened mind. You have to be comfortable who you are. You got to be understanding you're not going to have the answers, but you'll figure it out. And you don't have, and you have to not to be afraid of making mistakes. You're going to get it wrong several times, right? You're going to get it wrong several times, but it's not about how many times you get it wrong. It's about that time when you get it right and the big benefit of getting it right and then repeating that stuff that you did right. So you can't be afraid of making mistakes. You can't be afraid of losing money. You can't be afraid of taking risks. That's a mental state of mind, right? And other resources that you can use to your purpose, guys. You gotta figure it out. You got to figure out if you can use your kids to help you. You got to figure out if you use your significant other. You got to figure out if you got some friends at churches or in different locations that probably can serve you and you can serve them. We all got to work together to make this happen, bottom line. So that pretty much break it down. So I got on here a statement right now of commitment. You got to make that. You put your name down, hereby commit yourself to do those things. Whatever it is that you decide to do, the time, the effort, the mind, the body, the soul, whatever, you got to commit to it. How much time you want to put into it. So I just made an I can, commit statement. All right, too easy. Next slide. I went too fast, too many slides. One more, right there. I'm rolling the little thing. All right. Now with this part right here, wholesaling. Again, I put all my contracts under wholesaling. The reason why I do that is because I may keep it for myself or I may sell it to somebody else. Every contract I put on the contract, I plan to buy the house. I plan to buy it. If nobody else will buy it, I will buy it. That's why I put it in a contract. I don't put houses on a contract that I do not plan to buy, period. Right? Um, so that's a little script right there. We're talking to a closing attorney to see if their hosts they're friendly. That's all about. Just to see if their hosts they're friendly. That's all it's about. All right. Not gonna go through all that. I'm gonna go to the next slide. The don'ts. When you call talking to a title company and they say they're not familiar with something, then you know what, you don't want to use them. And they say that they start giving you some laws and regulation dealing with a question you asked them. Yeah, you don't want to use them as a real estate agent. Um, if they start recommending you other people, awesome. Awesome. Take their recommendation, use their name when you call the other company, and that'd be awesome. And then also, at the same time, if you ask them, can they invest, ask them, can they assist you with other investors? That's a good deal. Great question to ask title companies. This is pretty good for you right now. You may want to jot down a couple of these questions, maybe like 5 of them. That'll get you a good start. Not gonna go through all of them, but double closing is one of them. You want to ask them, do they do a double closing? If they don't know what that means, if you don't know what that means, you can just look up it on the internet a little bit, get as smart as possible on it, so that you'll be educated. And if they're good at it, they'll educate you on what a double closing is. Do they have the ability to assign contracts? If you're wholesaling, you gotta know that you're assigning that contract. You're gonna put this contract under the name of one of your companies, your business, your personal name, and you're gonna assign it to somebody else's company as the end buyer. So you want to talk to a title company, make sure they do those type of contracts. All title companies do not do those contracts. Uh, Let me pick out another one. Do you require wires or will cashier checks work? If you're doing something out of town, you definitely want them to take wires, right? You don't want to deal with no cashier check. You're not going to drive in town for a freaking cashier check. So if you want to do cross state lines, you definitely want to know if they do it wireless, right? They got some wire ability. Handle earnest money. How do they handle earnest money? You want to know that. If you're putting a deposit down on a property, you want to know you can get your money back. You want to know you get your money back. And if somebody else put earnest money down, you want to know that you can keep their money if they don't perform. So you want to make sure that they're going to look out for your best interest if you're going to work with their title company because they're working for you and you deserve every benefit that you can have from working for them. You plan on getting a repeating business. You're not going to get them business for one transaction like a single family homeowner, right? You're just buying a house to live in. Do anybody know the average? You can put in the chat box this one. This is a good one. Anybody know the average, how many houses the average person buy in a lifetime? Put in the chat box. That's a good question right there. That just came in my mind. In the chat box, put in whatever guess you can. This is one of them chances where you ain't got to worry about being wrong. Whoa, the average person buy 5 houses in a lifetime. Ooh wee, ooh wee wee. Anybody else? Y'all can't see it. Y'all can't see it. I can see it. So no, if you're wrong, nobody see it. Somebody just said no, huh? The average. How many houses do average person buy in a lifetime? Single family house they live in. Anybody else before I get in? Three. Okay, good guess. So pretty much two. Pretty much two. Right? You can research that to find out if I'm wrong or right. Everybody market is different, but most folks buy a starter home, and by the time they kids raise up with the starter home or they move out of the starter home, they go ahead and buy their final house and saying, hey, this is a house I'm retiring. Right? If the average mortgage on a house is 30 years, most folks get to about, year 15 before they sell it. So that's 15 years down. Then they say, okay, I'm selling. I'm gonna use this money on a down payment as a house of my dream house. I'm gonna build my house. Now, you got people like myself that's military that travel from state to state. That's not an average person. We're not counted as an average person that moving from state to state buying houses in every state like I did. I got houses in 4 different states because I performed military duty in 4 different states. So I bought a house wherever I went. I wasn't renting. I rent one apartment one time, and I'll never do this again. I just threw all that money away. So I will buy the house, and when I leave, I will keep the house, rent it out for another 5 to 6 years. Then I'll do a lease option on the house to sell it to the people that's renting from me if they're good tenants. That's real simple. If I do a lease option, that's my retirement strategy. I'm trying to make money forever. I'm not trying to make money one time. I don't want to sell that stuff. I want to make money forever. So I become the bank on a lease option. That's my end state. All my rental properties will become a lease option. A lease option means your credit. I don't care about your credit. I care about your down payment, and I care about your monthly payments to me that's going to pay off that house. And after you pay the house off, you're going to pay me off. Right? So in 30 years, I done made a lot of money when I'm old, right? So a lot of questions. I gave you a lot of time to write as much as you can on that. Let me go to the next slide. Let me see if I can do this a different way so I won't go so fast. All right, let's see. Boop. All right, so team building, right? And building teams of friendly real estate agents, you want to ask some questions. So to help you out and ask the real estate some good questions, I bold a couple of these. Do they work, or they? How long have they been working with investors? If they say you their first investor they working with, hey, if you want to take that risk of being a first, go ahead, take the risk. Right? If they don't understand your lingo, they don't understand how you bid, they don't understand why you asking certain questions, you'll be doing more teaching than anything. There's nothing wrong if you decide to do that. It's nothing wrong. I have taught several real estate agents about real estate, about investing. I have no issue with it because I'm a school teacher by trade, so that don't bother me. But for you, you're trying to make money, so that probably bother you. Or you currently investing in real estate yourself? If you ask that question, that's a key question to let folks know that they may buy the deals from you. If you find a deal, they may buy it. And you can also know if they're currently investing in real estate, if the deal is so sweet, they're not selling it to you. They're going to keep it for themselves. So it's kind of a double-edged sword right there, right? They find a great deal, they're going to buy it for themselves. And if you have a great deal, they may buy it from you. But the chance of them giving you a great deal, maybe they will. I don't know. I know if I have a great deal, I'm not giving it to you. I'm just being honest. I'm not giving you a great deal. I'm keeping it for myself, especially if I'm currently investing. So that gives you an idea about what you're working with. My bold is not creative. Submit creative deals. I like to buy houses subject to the existing loan. I like to talk directly to the people. If you learn how to deal with a real estate agent and learn how you can pay them a fee for helping you with that transaction, that's a creative deal if you buying a house subject to, and you have them do it. Why would I have a real estate agent to submit a deal creatively for me? If I work a job where it take all my time up in the daytime, I need that real estate agent that's on a grind to grind. I'm willing to pay them a fee for a system. That's it. with the contract. That's all. Right? I can work the deal myself. I just need you to execute the contract for me since I'm working all day, and I'll pay you a fee for it. That's why we would have a real estate agent submitting creative deals for you. There's one example. Um, if I'm rehabbing houses and doing fix and flips, will you give me a discount on those properties? That's a legitimate question to ask. If I plan on doing 5 houses a year, fix and flips, you know, why wouldn't you give me a discount? You know, you can guarantee money from me. You can go get your money off everybody else. Why wouldn't you give me a discount? Instead of charging me 6%, charge me 3%, you know? Um, something like that. I think that's fair if you're doing 5 houses. Now you can put in there that agreement that if I don't make 5 houses, then hey, I got to pay you, 8%, 4% or 5% or 6%. But you got to give and take. That's all I'm saying. What about comps? Will they run comps for you? A lot of you don't know how to run comps when you first start, which is fine. So you ask the real estate agent, will they run comps for you? And can you look over their shoulder as they run the comps? That's how you learn. You learn from somebody doing something to assist you, and then you actually learning from them as they do it. How did you come with that number? What did you use? I don't want your software. I just want to know the ideal and concept, right? At the same time, to be fair, you do need to kind of, compensate them if you are using them, right? So I hope you're breaking deals with them and you're using them for deals. If not, then it's only fair that you give them some kind of money for using their time if you don't breaking the deals off with them. So that's just fair is fair. You want people to treat you fair, you treat them fair. All right. You see another question you're gonna ask. This is gonna be a real short class. There's not that much I want to go over tonight. I'm just trying to help you to build your team because a lot of folks ask me. I just got a phone call with someone and they asked me, "Hey, how to get started?" or "How did you get started?" And I'm telling you exactly how I got started. This is how I got started. There's no ifs and buts about it. Now you can go on Craigslist and search real estate. Real estate wanted. And that's a way you can find other people that looking for deals or people that selling deals, right? You can research cash. If you see the keyword cash, that means that, hey, most likely you're going to find some wholesalers. You're going to find some other people in that market that you're looking at that you can partner with and you can work with. This is ways to find other investors. If you can't find other investors by just getting on the phone and calling them, you can't find other investors sometime by what I want to say. You can go to different meetups, but you got to find those meetups, right? So if you want to find those meetups, go on Craigslist and look for people that saying real estate wanted or look for people saying real estate for sale. All those people you can meet up with and talk to them and say, hey, any meetups going on, any other groups in the local area, right? Some keywords called deep discounted. That's going to be a wholesaler. So this is ways you can find other investors to work with them. Below appraisal. Excuse me, y'all. So if you want to find other people that's investing, that's how you build your team. That's it, right? Too simple. That's module 2 of one of my wholesaling classes where I teach folks and we try and get them started. It's not that hard, guys, but you know what? It's a grind. And by having a coach walking you through it, pushing you, motivating you, encouraging you. It just give you a little extra edge over a lot of stuff. Again, my goal is to help you retirement strategy. I want you to retire. It don't come with just doing transaction. It comes with going ongoing transactions. You want the gift to keep giving. You want a golden goose to lay the golden egg, right? You want a goose to lay the golden eggs. That's how they go. So to me, real estate does that. You can buy a property with 20% down if you buying it with the bank, partner with the bank, and you have an asset. Let's use $100,000 for example. You have an asset that worth $100,000, value $100,000, can rent out for $1,000 a month. You only put 20% down, which is $20,000 down. That's all you got skin in the game. $20,000 down. So that means $80,000 worth of equity you just gained. You got a partnership with the bank, so it ain't your money. You only got 20% equity in there, but you got an 80-20 split, right? But you got 100% ownership of that property. So you're making all the decisions. The bank don't make any decisions. They just tell you to keep insurance on there for the amount that you have borrowed from them. And you're profiting, right? On a $100,000 house with taxes, insurance, and mortgage, you should be less than $700 with maintenance, and with a property manager, you at $800. So you're $200 profiting all in on that property if you don't have to put no work in that property. Guys, that's pretty sweet. That's pretty sweet. You're making $200 a month off one property. Now you need to go out and get your 10 more. Now you're making $2,000 a month. Now, what I teach you to do is look at your salary and let's replace your salary. Let's figure out how we can replace how many properties it's going to take. That's Morris Clayton. Clayton Morris. He taught me that. I want to give him credit. He said, hey, let's look at how many assets you need to replace your salary. And that's what you do. And I come up with a number of 10 for me the first time. Hey, 10 houses. They gave me $600 profit a month, gave me $6,000 a month. Okay, great. That's $6,000 I need right there. That would have took care of my school paycheck back in 2000 and probably 18 or something like that. Once I went active duty military, hey, my check got doubled that, $12,000 a month. Oh, okay, then if I'm living $12,000 a month now with the military, well, you know what? I need a salary of $12,000 a month. I need to about get more houses that's going to give me that kind of money. That's it. So how many houses do I need to give me $12,000 money to replace my salary? Okay, so now if I got a salary coming in and I have $12,000 money coming in a month based off of my real estate, I'm winning. Do I got to continue to work? No, I can stop working. I don't have to work anymore. I retired, right? Now I'm going to school teach because, hey, I want to retire being a teacher. And then also I want to help shape future leaders. That's it. And at the same time, keep on working on this coaching program and keep on working on being a better teacher myself and learn and develop how to supervise better and do things. That's it. That's my goals. So now how can I help other people? How can I be the gift to keep on giving? So I'm in school, getting my master's in marketing so that as people come a part of the coaching program, I can help market them. I got education behind me. And then I'm getting a degree in economics so I can be a financial advisor. How can I really assist these people that want to work with me and believe in their selves and their ability, their knowledge, skills, and ability? Done. Case closed. Life's simple. It's just that easy, guys. So thank y'all for staying on to the end. If you got questions, put them in the chat box. Let me look at the chat box. Thank y'all for those who did answer those few questions I did ask. Thank you for the thumbs up. Thank you for answering the questions. And let me put in the chat box real quick. How can you get a call with me and book a call with me? You basically go to Investing Now, INVESTING, now 2021.com. Go there, book a call on my calendar. If something happened where I cannot get on that calendar meeting with you, I will call you personally from my cell phone and we can have a conversation. But investingnow2021.com, that's what you can go to get on my schedule and book a call so we can get clarity on your number one goal and then see if we're a good fit for each other. All right. Don't want to waste your time because, like I said, I'm tired. I just got home from that. And then now we got color guard practice and drill team practice. So when I get home, I get on this computer, do my homework, or be in class or teach class, and then we going forward. Guys, I'm on this earth for one reason: to bring value. To bring value. That's it. The formula do you use for pricing? What formula do you do for pricing? Give me a little bit more clarity on that question. One of my alarms going off. Why is the 8:30 alarm going off? I don't know why that alarm going off. All right. Yeah, formula to do pricing. Are you talking? That's comps. If you're talking about in order to get, all right, in buyers. So different ways, right? Different ways. When I first start, I try and be conservative. When I get great, that's when I try and make some money. So basically, if you do your numbers, get the house under contract for below market value. You just gotta get the real the you gotta have enough wiggle room in there where you're giving up some equity because the end buyer wants some equity. They want some equity. They need some wiggle room, and you can make a little bit of money, right? That look different for different deals. I'm saying it that way for a certain reason because if I give you, let's say, $100,000 house, now you're gonna be afraid to say that you can get a house at $30,000 that's worth $100,000. But I buy houses all the time for $30,000 that worth $100,000. Now, if I'm gonna get it under contract for $30,000, then I'm gonna get an end buyer that's willing to pay 40, $50,000. It's 50% off. They're willing to pay that. They couldn't find that deal. 50% is not bad. They got 50% equity. They still have enough room. Or you can do 40%, 40,000, right? You'll make 10 grand off that. You got in a contract for 30 grand, and then you sell it to them for 40. They got $60,000 worth of equity. They are happy. I'm happy with $6,000 worth of equity in there. So if you can get the contract as low as possible, you got a lot of wiggle room. If you ain't got that much, if you get the contract on $100,000 on a contract for $60,000, you ain't got much wiggle room. Yeah. Right? So you may be just doing it for like, hey, maybe selling for 65. You may be selling for 66. I don't know, but you're not gonna make it much of a profit off that deal because that real estate that investor wants some wiggle room to work on that property, do some improvements, and make some money. So it all depends. But you try and figure out how much money you want to make off a property before you put in the contract, and you go from there. So it's different ways of doing that, and that's what we try and coach you on and teach you on and help you get comfortable doing. And when I first started, I just try and make me hey, if I can make a profit, I'm happy so I can build my confidence up. That's how I am when I first start something. Let me just get my confidence in it. Then I can go out there and try and make a lot of money, like 5 and 10 grand. Do you do multifamilies? I have tried multifamilies a couple times. I have not done a great job on finding motivated sellers with multifamilies. Absolutely would try. Absolutely made a lot of attempts on a couple attempts. Had a house that I was trying to put on contract last month. I wrote 2 contracts with them, and they shut them down. And I was like, okay, cool. And then I had a mentee in a whole nother state, Mississippi, called me about the same deal, and she started telling me about it. Hey, I got a fourplex that got already rented, and I said, yeah, I already know the name of the house, and I told her about it, and she said, how you know this already? I said, I've been here on a contract. I tried to put in a contract, and the people shut me down. So they wanted too much. The house need about 40 grand more in it. They want to get top dollar. They ain't asking for top dollar, but they ask for a lot. I know the issues of the house because my uncle worked on the property. It got plumbing issues. It got a roof issue. It need windows. It's got a tree in the front yard that's tearing up the doggone driveway. But the person just don't want to bend. And then they went up on the price after they already gouged somebody else. So, and they probably bought the house. The house was ragged when they bought it, and I know the condition what it was at first. So they have to deal with that one. One time I had a multifamily on the contract, and the bank I was gonna buy with a VA loan, and the VA went over there and appraised it, and it had broken wood and dry wood and all that mess, dry rotted wood and all that stuff. And the people wanted me to fix it, and they didn't want to come down off the price, so it just didn't work out. Most multifamily owners are not very don't try and come off their price too much that I found yet. I ain't saying all of them like that, but one I found, they try to make top dollar or big money off of it, and they don't want to come down far enough for me. So I haven't had success at it. I'm still trying because I do want a fourplex or a fiveplex. I do want one. I do want one set to just see how it works, and so I can teach that later. But that's it. That's it. So I hope I answered your questions. Anybody else got any more questions? Find us one. Hey, absolutely, Shane. Please help us out. Let's find us one. What state you in, Shane? What state you in? I bet you're gonna say, oh, Texas, great, great. I'm in Louisiana right now, but I got houses in Mississippi, North Carolina, Virginia, and Louisiana. Yep, yep, 4 states. I didn't lie to y'all. DFW. Okay, I got a lot of family members in the Arlington and the Fort Worth area, so and plenty in Dallas. I mean, that go without saying. Everybody got kinfolk in Dallas. So great deal, man. Hopefully we'll meet soon. Fredericksburg. Okay, then I see you. I got a house out there in Woodbridge. I'm a little bit away from Fredericksburg, but I drive through Fredericksburg a lot. I got a child up there named Lorton that live in Lorton. So I stay up in Virginia. I'll be down there for Labor Day. Be down there for Labor Day. So I really appreciate y'all staying on to the end. I hope I brought value to y'all. I hope that this worked for you. Again, you can go to my Wild Week to Be Great Facebook community, Gold Overachiever, and join our community. I put a little bit of everything in there in that community, mostly about inspiring, motivating, encouraging people, right? And at the same time, you can go to Investing Now 2021 YouTube channel. Please subscribe and please look at all the videos. I got so many videos out there. You pretty much can start on your own without me at all. I mean, I'm not trying to host up back. Now, if you want one-on-one attention and more coaching, then yeah, I do have a price for that, and that's what we talk about in the future. But I don't want you to feel like you need me. I just want you to feel like, hey, you want me, you desire me to help you, and that's the difference, right? Don't want you to feel like you need me. I'm gonna give you everything you need, right? And then after that, wow, I bring value to you, and you make more money faster. Then you say your time is more valuable, right? So you buying time. Perfect. Y'all take care. Be safe. Good night. Let me go ahead and get ready for I got 4:40 in the morning. I got to get up, go to the gym. So y'all have a great one. I got to do a little homework too. Take care, guys. Good night. All right. How can